an example, just a simple example of which is an example that can be expressed globally. One of the appalling, horrific things that's going on in the world, again, part of the agenda, is for social services and police to steal children from their parents in extraordinary numbers now in America, all over the world, in Britain, on the basis of fake
and it's now mainstream news in England. I mean, for those that just tuned in, that they've actually got quotas before a baby's even born, and they admit they trump it up. These are children snatchers.
They are. They're stealing children, and in at least in parts of America, like California. I think it's all over America. There are federal financial incentives for social services to take more and more children from their parents. But the point I'm making here is that there's a lady, her name's Maureen Spalak in Liverpool in England, and she had her children stolen, 3 of them, years ago now, and they were given away to foster parents by the social services. And in the years since, the Liverpool police and social services have run a vendetta against this woman as she tries to get her children back. She was actually arrested. This is just one example. I could list a number of outrageous things that happened. She was arrested and taken to court for sending a birthday card to one of the children that the state stole. The other day, a few days ago, the Liverpool police picked her up again for sending a text message to someone. They put her in jail in Liverpool, and the reason that the family courts that decide all this are held in secret is not to protect the children, as they claim. It's to protect the system and the Satanists and the pedophiles from stealing the children through social services. The point I'm leading to, however, is this. I put on my website when I heard about this how gutless, disgusting and pathetic the Liverpool police were, and a number for Liverpool police to let people say what they thought about what they were doing to this woman. She was in custody at the time. And a few hours later, they let this lady go, and they dropped the charges because their phone system crashed. So many people rang in to complain of what they were doing to this lady that their whole phone system
They couldn't keep their child kidnapping going, so they said, open the phones up. We got more kids to grab. Yes. But it's actually come out in the Telegraph, and it's actually come out here in the U.S. that they have quotas on what color hair, eyes. Yeah. That before a mother has a child, they're already planning the fake charges, and it's come out over and over again that so many of the CPS workers are pedophiles because they can get away with everything.
They're pedophiles and they're Satanists. Not all of them, nothing like all of them, but the people that run the show invariably are. I've been researching this for decades.
No, I mean, it's in the newspaper every day that they catch top CPS workers.
The short point is, though, Alex, that when people, the public, phone this police station in large numbers and said, this is disgusting, we're not having it. In other words, the secrecy and the shadow level that they do this on was taken away. This lady was released and the charges were dropped. We have the power. They're terrified of the public.
That's why they're arming against us. That's why they're surveilling. That's why they're admitting they're surveilling now, because they know they've committed crimes. They know they're run by crooks, and they are scared.
Yes, but what we have to do is understand our power to change this. You know, we're talking about a handful of people in full knowledge manipulating the lives of billions. What are we doing?
Well, that's why you've written the new book, Mankind, Get Off Your Knees.
Yeah, Human Race, Get Off Your Knees, it's called. It's just out, and the subtitle is The Lion Sleeps No More, because within us is a lion. It is the real human being being suppressed by the human being that has been programmed to think it has no power, the human being to fear authority, to fear the consequences of taking on authority, of refusing to cooperate with authority. That's the lion I'm talking about within people, and that lion is starting to come out, but it needs to come out in very much larger numbers.
And we need the police and the military and others who are starting to wake up to realize you're compartmentalized as well. The globalists have genetically modified the GMO food to sterilize and give you cancer. They add the chemicals of the water to sterilize you and give you cancer. We have all the government documents we've covered. Even Fox News reported yesterday that Maryland has banned bisphenol A that they're putting in the plastic products that does sterilize men. I mean, the White House science czar admits they're doing this. You are under attack, too. And David, you've talked about compartmentalization. We need to get the police and military to realize, even if they consciously see themselves as on the winning team and part of the New World Order, they're not. They are seen by the New World Order as an even bigger enemy than the general public in the globalist documents we've gotten.
This is a point I think is very important to stress to those in uniform and to those in the dark suits in government who are serving this system while not actually instigating it, they're serving it. You have no power. I don't care if you're in the military. I don't care if you've got how many kind of stars on your uniform. I don't care what level of the police force you're in. I don't care if you're doing roadblocks. I don't care if you're pulling people off the street. I don't care what you're doing. You have no power. Your uniform has the power. Take your uniform off, okay? Put it in the wardrobe. Where's your power? Go and get another job. Without that uniform, where's your power? You have no power. You are employed to animate that uniform, which is an extension of the state, and that's all you are, and therefore you are expendable. While you give your soul away, while you give your mind away, while you give your morals and decency away, advancing this fascist dictatorship, you will be okay with the fascists that you're serving. But your children and your grandchildren have to live in the world you are creating. And one day you're going to have to understand that, and I don't envy you that moment, because it's going to be horrific when it dawns upon you the world that you've actually created. The people in uniform and the dark suits that administer the system while not being the originators of it, they have to start breaking ranks, okay? Get some backbone, open your mind, look at what's going on, and get some frickin' backbone before you administer and impose and enforce a world that will be grotesque for your children and grandchildren. In fact, not even that, for yourself. Eventually.
Yeah, you're not going to have to wait now for your kids to be destroyed.
No, you're not. Absolutely.
And David, very well said there. I want to try to keep you 5 minutes into the next hour before Sheriff Richard Mack, so we have as much time as possible to go over issues. But I really do see the denial lifting. People, a lot of them don't have, even a partial view of what's going on, but they know something's wrong. And that's why I challenge people to don't expect you're going to save the world by yourself or overnight. Hollywood pushes that image of Arnold Schwarzenegger or John Wayne saving everybody. And people always look to me, they look to you, others, Ron Paul, you've got to save us. No, it's that act of defiance, that act of awakening, that act of courage. Resistance is victory, and it's understanding the enemy, and it's everybody speaking out. One little cricket isn't very loud, but you get a field of those, it is a deafening roar, and we're a lot bigger and more powerful than a cricket, and we've all just got to do little things every day and realize what's going on, and this system will come to a halt, and they know that, and they are desperate to throw us into a crisis, to make themselves matter, to make us beach ourselves on their government, on their corporate structure, and so many people within their system are starting to defect. So many people that have become powerful off their system call me, contact me, talk to me off record, and they say, I wish I would have known this. So many people that even work for the system are compartmentalized, and now through my broadcast, your work, and others, they can finally see the larger paradigm around them from the cog that they filled. And so by getting that full spectrum analysis, they can then see the full spectrum dominance that the globalists have built. I mean, Rothkopf, who we had on the show, who wrote Superclass, says there's less than 6,000 people that rule the world and only 20 families that they serve. So this is now admitted publicly. And we can defeat these people. We must defeat these people.
I've got two words to say. Kindra Arneson, who's come out and done so much great work exposing what BP are doing in the Gulf of Mexico and how the whole cleanup stuff is a sham, how the fishermen and other people are being exploited and treated appallingly. Now they've lost their way of life. They have to serve BP.
And BP's not sending them checks. That was...
Yeah. She is a shining light of what can be done. A few days ago, a week or so ago, she was a mother, and now she's standing up to these people and doing a magnificent job. And anybody can do it. It's just
and if they arrest her, it's going to backfire. And if they arrest her, it's going to backfire.
Yeah, of course, and no one said it was going to be easy. This is the question: are we going to draw the line now, Alex, and take the challenges and sacrifices that takes to stay here and no further, or are we going to wait a bit longer until they get more and more control and try to do it then, and when this agenda is further down the road than it is now, or then a bit further, and then when are we actually going to say enough? Because it's like that famous phrase by the Christian pastor after Nazi Germany. First they came for the Jews, and I was not a Jew, so I did nothing. Then they came for the trade unionists. I was not a trade unionist, so I did nothing. Then they came for the communists. I was not a communist, so I did nothing. This is about all of us. It's not about one group of people wanting